Today, we are uncovering one of the most fascinating coins in American history, a coin that many people spend every day without giving it a second glance. Yet collectors across the country are searching for it, studying it, and in some cases paying astonishing amounts of money to own the finest examples. I'm talking about the 1965 Washington quarter with no mint mark. Most people see it as just another quarter. But experienced collectors see something very different. They see a coin connected to one of the biggest changes ever made in United States coinage, a coin that carries historical importance, collector demand, and the possibility of significant value when found in exceptional condition. Before you toss your spare change aside, take a closer look. Because the coin sitting quietly in your pocket could be worth much more than its face value. To understand why this quarter attracts so much attention, we need to go back to 1965. During that time, silver prices were rising rapidly, creating challenges for the U.S. Mint. As a result, the government stopped producing circulating quarters with silver content and introduced a new copper-nickel clad composition. This decision changed American coin history forever. At the same time, mint marks were temporarily removed from coins to discourage collectors from hoarding them. That means the lack of a mint mark on a 1965 quarter was completely normal. However, decades later, this detail has become one of the easiest ways to identify this important transitional era coin. Now here's where things become interesting. Not every 1965 quarter is valuable. Condition is everything. Collectors are constantly looking for examples with strong details, bright original surfaces, clean fields, and minimal signs of wear. A coin that has survived for decades while retaining its original appearance becomes much more desirable than an ordinary circulated piece. The sharper the design, the stronger the demand. Many people assume rarity is only about low mintage numbers. That's not always true. While millions of 1965 quarters were produced, only a small percentage remain in outstanding condition today. Most were heavily used, scratched, damaged, or worn down through years of circulation. That survival factor creates what collectors call condition rarity. And when a coin becomes difficult to find in top grades, competition among collectors increases dramatically. This is exactly why high-grade examples continue to attract attention in the market. Another common misunderstanding is that old automatically means valuable. Age alone is not enough. A coin's value depends on a combination of factors including preservation, collector interest, historical significance, and overall scarcity in premium condition. The 1965 Washington quarter checks several of those boxes, making it a favorite among many collectors. Now let's discuss value. The worth of a 1965 quarter can vary widely depending on condition and professional grading results. Average circulated examples may only be worth a modest premium, but coins in exceptional condition can command much stronger prices. Some high-grade pieces have reached impressive auction results, showing just how important condition can be in determining value. This is why knowledgeable collectors carefully inspect every coin they find. Unfortunately, many valuable coins continue to pass through circulation unnoticed. People spend them every day without realizing what they might have. Meanwhile, collectors, dealers, and investors remain actively searching for better examples to add to their collections. That's why paying attention to your change can be more important than most people think. If you happen to own a 1965 Washington quarter in excellent condition, proper care is essential. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can reduce its value significantly. Store it in a protective holder and keep it away from moisture, dirt, and unnecessary handling. For especially attractive examples, professional grading may be worth considering. Certified coins often receive greater trust from buyers, which can lead to stronger market interest. Timing also plays an important role. Coin values move with collector demand, market trends, and auction activity. While prices can fluctuate, quality coins have historically maintained strong interest among serious collectors. Patience and knowledge often reward those who understand the hobby. Think about it for a moment. A quarter minted decades ago, something many people overlook completely, can become a prized collectible simply because of its history, condition, and demand. That's the excitement of coin collecting. Hidden treasures still exist, and sometimes they are hiding in the most ordinary places. So before you spend another quarter, take a few seconds to inspect it carefully. Learn what to look for, understand the details, and appreciate the history behind the coins you handle every day. Because the 1965 Washington quarter without a mint mark proves that an ordinary-looking coin can sometimes hold an extraordinary story. Next up, the 1966 Washington quarter resting quietly in your collection. No mint mark, decent condition, and most people still pass it around like it is nothing more than spare change. But this is exactly where many collectors make a huge mistake. How can a coin connected to an important period in American history be ignored for so long? What if one of these quarters is sitting in your pocket right now without you realizing its true potential? Stay until the end because this coin has a story that surprises almost everyone. To understand its importance, we need to look back at its history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to celebrate the legacy of George Washington. By the mid-1960s, however, the United States was facing a major coin shortage. In response, the mint stopped producing silver quarters and switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition beginning in 1965. The 1966 quarter was produced during this critical transition period, making it an interesting piece for collectors today. One detail that catches many people off guard is the missing mint mark. Between 1965 and 1967, mint marks were intentionally removed from coins in an effort to reduce hoarding. As a result, every 1966 quarter was struck without a mint mark. But that does not mean every example is the same. Factors such as condition, strike quality, and mint errors can separate ordinary coins from highly collectible ones. Take a close look at the design. A strong portrait of Washington, clear lettering, sharp eagle details on the reverse, and attractive original luster can make a coin stand out immediately. Because production numbers were extremely high during this era, many quarters were struck quickly and often show weak details. Finding a well-preserved example with crisp features is much harder than most people think. Collectors are especially interested in era varieties. Off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and other unusual minting mistakes can attract significant attention in the marketplace. These unique characteristics turn an ordinary-looking quarter into a coin that serious collectors actively search for. Now let us talk about rarity. While millions of 1966 quarters were produced, far fewer have survived in outstanding condition. Most spent decades in circulation, collecting scratches, wear, and damage along the way. Coins with strong eye appeal and minimal wear are becoming increasingly difficult to find, and that is one reason collectors continue to value them. When it comes to market value, condition is everything. Circulated examples are generally common, but higher-grade coins can command impressive premiums. Error coins and exceptionally preserved examples often sell for much more than their face value. The better the condition and the more unusual the coin, the stronger the demand tends to be. The American coin collecting community places great importance on certified coins. Once a quarter is professionally graded and authenticated, buyers gain confidence in its quality and authenticity. This is why many collectors submit promising coins to grading services before selling them. There is also a powerful emotional factor behind collector demand. People are not simply purchasing a coin. They are investing in a piece of history. A well-preserved 1966 quarter represents a unique moment in American coinage when the nation was transitioning away from silver circulation coins. That historical connection adds another layer of appeal. If you own a 1966 quarter, inspect it carefully under proper lighting. Look for strong details, unusual features, and signs of mint errors. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can reduce its collectible value. Instead, store it safely in a protective holder and consider professional grading if the coin appears exceptional. Patience is another important part of coin collecting. Markets change, collector interest shifts, and quality examples often become more desirable over time. Researching auction results and understanding grading standards can help you make smarter decisions if you ever decide to sell. In the end, the 1966 Washington quarter without a mint mark is far more interesting than most people realize. It represents a fascinating chapter in United States coin history, and remains a favorite among many collectors. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced enthusiast, taking a closer look at this coin could reveal opportunities that others completely overlook. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter with no mint mark in extra fine condition, a coin that countless people pass over every day without giving it a second glance. Yet hidden behind its ordinary appearance is a fascinating piece of American coin history that collectors continue to pursue. The surprising part is that you could have one sitting in a coin jar, tucked away in a drawer, or even mixed in your spare change right now without realizing its true significance. To understand why this quarter attracts attention, we need to go back to the mid-1960s. During that period, the United States Mint faced a nationwide coin shortage. In response, mint marks were temporarily removed from circulating coins between 1965 and 1967. Because of that decision, the 1967 Washington quarter was produced without a mint mark. While many people assume this makes the coin ordinary, collectors recognize it as a unique reminder of an important chapter in American coinage history. This quarter was also struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than silver, reflecting a major shift in U.S. currency production. Transition-era coins often generate strong collector interest because they represent important changes in the nation's monetary system. The 1967 quarter stands as a symbol of that transformation. Now let's focus on the design. On the obverse, George Washington's portrait displays impressive detail when preserved in extra fine condition. Much of the hair detail remains visible, facial features are well defined, and the lettering remains bold and clear. On the reverse, the eagle appears strong and detailed with its wings fully spread, clutching arrows and olive branches. Every remaining detail contributes to the coin's overall appeal and collectability. Many people misunderstand rarity. They focus only on mintage numbers while ignoring condition. The reality is that condition often determines value. A 1967 quarter that has survived decades with limited wear, clean surfaces, and strong eye appeal becomes far more desirable than heavily circulated examples. Collectors are constantly searching for pieces that stand above the average examples found in circulation. If a coin also displays unusual characteristics such as strong strike quality, attractive toning, or minor mint-made variations, interest can increase even further. These factors make certain examples more desirable within the collector community. When discussing value, condition is everything. While heavily circulated examples may only carry modest premiums, well-preserved extra fine pieces often command significantly stronger prices. As quality improves, collector demand rises as well. Exceptional examples with outstanding eye appeal or higher certified grades can generate intense interest whenever they appear on the market. Another important factor is demand. Today's coin market is driven not only by rarity but also by collector enthusiasm. More people are entering the hobby, searching for historic coins that remain affordable while offering long-term collectible potential. The 1967 Washington quarter fits perfectly into that category, which is why interest continues to grow. If you think you may have one of these quarters, there are a few important steps to follow. Examine the coin under bright lighting and look carefully for strong details and limited wear. Avoid cleaning it under any circumstances because cleaning can drastically reduce collector value. If the coin appears especially sharp or attractive, professional grading may be worth considering. Proper storage is equally important since preserving condition helps protect future value. Understanding grading can also give you an advantage. Extra fine coins show only moderate wear while retaining most of their original design detail. This balance between quality and affordability makes them especially appealing to collectors. They offer strong visual appeal without the premium prices associated with top mint state examples. Collectors are often motivated by more than metal content alone. They appreciate history, storytelling, and significance. The 1967 quarter tells the story of a unique moment when the U.S. Mint altered its practices to address a national coin shortage. That historical connection adds character and meaning to every surviving example. The market continues to evolve as collectors revisit overlooked coins and recognize their importance. Online marketplaces, auctions, and coin shows have made it easier than ever for buyers to compete for desirable examples. As interest grows, quality coins naturally receive more attention. So what is the takeaway? The 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark is far more than ordinary pocket change. It represents an important period in American history, carries strong collector appeal, and remains a fascinating coin for both new and experienced collectors. If you happen to own one in extra fine condition, take a closer look. Understanding its history, condition, and market potential could help you see it in a completely different light. Next up, the 1971 Washington quarter with the D mint mark is making serious waves among collectors, yet countless people continue to spend it without giving it a second glance. What looks like an ordinary quarter could actually be a fascinating piece of history hiding in plain sight. And if you overlook it, you might miss an opportunity that many experienced collectors are actively searching for. To understand why this coin attracts so much attention, we need to look at its background. The Washington quarter first appeared in 1932 as a tribute to George Washington, one of the most influential figures in American history. By 1971, the U.S. Mint had already moved away from producing circulating silver quarters, placing the 1971 D quarter in a unique period of American coinage. Produced at the Denver Mint, identified by the famous D mint mark, this coin represents an important chapter in the evolution of U.S. currency. Take a closer look and you'll see why collectors appreciate it. The detailed portrait of Washington on the front, the strong inscriptions, and the majestic eagle on the reverse all contribute to its classic appeal. But the real excitement often comes from the small details. Strike quality, preservation, unusual mint characteristics, and potential minting errors can dramatically increase collector interest. Even a subtle variation can transform an ordinary-looking quarter into a highly desirable collectible. This is where condition becomes extremely important. Many people continue to spend these quarters every day without realizing what they might have. Coins with sharper details, less wear, or unusual mint errors often attract stronger demand from collectors. As more examples disappear from circulation, finding quality pieces becomes increasingly difficult, making surviving specimens even more appealing. Now let's discuss value. While most circulated examples are worth modest premiums, certain high-grade pieces and rare error varieties can command impressive prices. Collectors carefully monitor auction results and market trends because exceptional examples have achieved remarkable values. In rare cases involving extraordinary condition or major mint errors, prices can reach astonishing levels that surprise even experienced collectors. The coin market today is larger and more competitive than many people realize. Serious collectors constantly search through rolls of coins, estate collections, and old coin jars looking for hidden treasures. They understand that knowledge is often the difference between spending a valuable coin and preserving it for future profit. If you want to improve your chances of finding something special, develop good collecting habits. Always inspect your pocket change carefully. Check the mint mark. Watch for doubled features, off-center strikes, unusual textures, or other minting anomalies. Store promising coins properly and continue learning about grading and market trends. Education is one of the most valuable tools a collector can have. Successful collectors are not simply lucky. They pay attention to details, stay patient, and consistently study the hobby. Instead of spending every coin that passes through their hands, they evaluate, compare, and research. Over time, these habits can lead to discoveries that others completely miss. Imagine finding a coin worth significantly more than its face value simply because you took a moment to examine it. That is the mindset that drives many collectors. Once you begin looking at coins differently, every piece of change becomes a potential opportunity rather than just spare money. Of course, not everyone will recognize the importance of coins like the 1971 D Washington quarter. Many people will continue spending them without a second thought. But collectors who remain informed and observant understand that valuable finds often appear in the most ordinary places. So the next time a 1971 Washington quarter with a D mint mark lands in your hand, don't rush to spend it. Take a closer look. Study its details. You never know when a simple quarter could turn out to be a hidden collectible waiting to be discovered. Next up, the 1982 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark. A coin that most people spend without a second thought. But among collectors, this quarter is quietly gaining attention and creating serious interest. While millions of these coins have passed through countless hands, certain examples are now becoming highly desirable in the collecting community. And that is exactly why experienced collectors are paying closer attention than ever before. To understand why this coin matters, we need to look at its history. The Washington quarter has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1932, honoring the nation's first president, George Washington. By 1982, the United States Mint was producing large quantities of quarters for circulation, but behind those production numbers were small differences that today attract the eyes of collectors. The Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P Mint mark, was entering an important period in modern coin production, making coins from this era especially interesting to those who study mint history and collectible varieties. Now let's talk about what makes this coin stand out. At first glance, the 1982 P quarter may seem completely ordinary. But a closer inspection can reveal features that collectors love to find. Sharp details in Washington's portrait, strong lettering, well-defined reverse designs, and unusual striking characteristics can all add interest. Most importantly, collectors constantly search for mint errors. Off-center strikes, die cracks, doubled features, weak strikes, and other unusual varieties can transform an everyday quarter into a coin that attracts significant attention. Condition is another major factor. Many 1982 quarters spent decades circulating through stores, banks, and pockets. Because of that, truly well-preserved examples are becoming harder to locate. A coin with minimal wear, strong original details, and attractive eye appeal can stand far above average circulated pieces. Collectors understand that quality matters, and as time passes, high-grade examples become increasingly desirable. Now let's discuss value. The truth is that coin prices depend on several factors, including condition, rarity, collector demand, and the presence of errors. While common examples are usually worth only face value, exceptional pieces can command much higher premiums. Error coins and top-condition specimens have attracted impressive prices in auctions and private sales, especially when certified by professional grading services. That is why collectors carefully inspect every detail before making a judgment. Interest in coins from this period continues to grow. Online marketplaces, auctions, and collector communities regularly discuss valuable quarters and rare varieties. More people are checking their collections, searching through old coin jars, and paying attention to coins they once ignored. As awareness increases, attention often follows, and attention can create stronger demand among collectors. If you own a 1982 P Washington quarter, take a closer look before spending it. Examine the date, mint mark, strike quality, and overall condition. Look carefully for unusual features or possible errors. Proper storage can help preserve its condition, and if the coin appears exceptional, professional grading may be worth considering. Certified coins often attract greater confidence from serious buyers and collectors. One important lesson in coin collecting is patience. Markets change over time, and collector interest can shift from one series to another. Coins that seem ordinary today can become much more desirable in the future as fewer high-quality examples remain available. This is one reason many collectors enjoy holding on to interesting coins rather than rushing to sell them. There is also a psychological side to collecting. Value is influenced not only by rarity but also by demand. When more collectors begin pursuing a particular coin, interest grows and prices can respond. The 1982 P quarter continues to attract attention because of its connection to mint errors, strong condition examples, and its place in modern American coinage history. So if this quarter is sitting in your collection right now, don't overlook it. It represents more than just 25 cents. It is a small piece of American history, a product of the United States Mint, and for some collectors, a potential opportunity waiting to be discovered. Whether you keep it, research it, or add it to your collection, knowledge is always your greatest asset. And remember this. The 1982 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark is more than just another circulating coin. It is proof that hidden treasures can sometimes be found in the most unexpected places. So check your pocket change carefully because the next valuable coin could already be in your hands.